Hello, welcome to Leonor Sweet Creations. Today I'm going to make my first gingerbread house and I'm going to give you a couple of ideas on how to decorate it. Roll your cookie dough on a tray or use some spacers so that all your dough has the same thickness. Place your house template on top of the dough and cut all pieces with a sharp knife. Remove the templates and the excess dough between all those pieces and place the tray in the fridge for 10 minutes. Now separate all those house pieces a bit more between them and use a ruler or anything straight to make sure all edges are straight. Bake them in the oven following your dough recipe. The recipe for my gingerbread cookie dough you will find on the video description. Once they are out of the oven and cooled down, mark some lines on the four sides of the house with an edible marker. These will be the house wooden planks. With some pink royal icing and piping nozzle number 3, pipe first the edges of one plank and then fill with more royal icing between those two lines. Jump one plank and pipe the next plank as previously. Do the same on every side of the house, always leaving a blank plank between two piped planks. With a needle, help smooth the icing out. Now start piping all the planks you had left empty. This way they won't come together and will look much more like separated wooden planks. With stiff white royal icing, pipe the windows, some smaller and some larger, and the snowman. Again, use a needle to smooth all your icing. For the roof, use again an edible marker to divide the roof in half and then in quarters, in order to draw equal-sized semicircles like fish scales. With stiff icing and with a number 4 piping nozzle, pipe on top of those scales. Before the icing dries out, sprinkle loads of sprinkles on top of it and shake carefully the excess out. Another option for the roof instead of the sprinkles is to glue some Smarties or M&Ms on each empty space between the piped scales. With a number 2 or number 3, pipe around the square you have piped for the windows and make a cross on top of that square. You can smooth the corners out with a damp brush. Now with blue icing and a number 2 or a number 3, pipe some thin rectangles left and right of your windows and let them dry. Meanwhile, with light green icing and a nozzle number 1 or number 2, pipe some flower vases or flower boxes and let them dry. Pipe as well some thin green lines on the front and back of the house for the lights. Before the icing hardens, place some colorful sugar pearls on top of those lines, trying to place them evenly spaced between them. Go back to your flower boxes and pipe some green lines around and along them. Do the same with your shutters, but this time with blue icing, of course. Now with a small star nozzle, pipe some tiny flowers wreaths with stiff green royal icing and glue some red sugar pearls on it. You can pipe on baking paper and let it dry, or pipe them directly as I am showing you here. If you let them dry aside and attach them afterwards, use a bit of green royal icing to glue them where you wish. The easiest way to make the snowman's eyes, mouth, nose and arms is by painting them with edible markers. But to give some dimension, I would pipe his scarf with royal icing and add some white dots to make it look even cuter. With a tiny bit of white royal icing, attach 3 colorful sugar pearls to make his buttons and paint his arms. I've covered my cake board with running consistency royal icing and started to attach my house with stiff royal icing consistency. Make sure you hold it for a while until the icing sets enough to not fall apart. Before my running icing dries out, I have attached some candy in front of the house and sprinkled shredded coconut all over to make it look like snow. Only when the walls are stable enough you can attach the roof. I've attached both my roof versions to see which one I prefer and showcase it in my shop, but you should of course just use one version for both your roof sides. Pipe some royal icing in the junction between both sides of the roof and along the front edge, letting it drip a bit. On the junctions between the side walls, I've piped some spirals with stiff green royal icing for a cuter look. Attach the snowman with some stiff royal icing and finish covering your cake board with running royal icing and shredded coconut. To finish it beautifully, attach an ice cream cone to the cake board and with a small start nozzle, pipe green stiff icing all around the cone. Sprinkle some powdered sugar on top and attach some sugar pearls around it too. If you want to make it even more impressive, especially in the evening, place some small LED lights inside the house. I hope you liked it and that you subscribe my channel, like my video and leave a comment if you like. I see you next week again. Bye bye.